On September 11th, where were you and what were you doing?
So I was the chief of weapons at Andrews Air Force Base here in Washington D.C. That morning, I started out as the SOF, the supervisor of flying. So for those non-military aviators, that's the guy or gal responsible for the safe execution of the daily flying schedule. I wasn't scheduled to fly that morning, but ultimately did. And our squadron had just come back from Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada, where we were preparing to deploy. And so I started the morning as the supervisor of flying, and then as the nation was attacked by those savage terrorists, I ultimately ended up being the mission commander over Washington, D.C. for most of the day that morning after we were scrambled by the White House out of Andrews Air Force Base in response to those terrorist attacks.
That time frame, alert missions weren't really a thing. So now across the country, we have fighter squadrons at 24/7, 365 days a year, just like a fire department sitting on call, waiting for the alarm to go off that scramble and will go intercept an aircraft that might not be talking, might have nefarious intentions, etc. But in that time period, it was, peacetime back home. What did that day look like? So from you going from the SOF to you being a mission commander over DC, I imagine even, getting live AMRAAMs or AIM-9s.
Yeah.
Were those ready to go? Nowadays, again, sitting on the alert shack, those jets are armed to the teeth, ready to go. But back then, not necessarily the case.
No, and it's a credit to our maintenance folks out at Andrews that we were able to generate those airplanes. We had 3 airplanes airborne that morning that were down at one of our local bombing ranges that didn't have any idea what was going on. And as the nation was being attacked, we were called to scramble and get anything that we could airborne over Washington, D.C. The unit at the time was not an alert unit, and our phone call came directly from the White House, directly to our ops desk. And I answered the phone, and it's the White House on the phone. And at the exact same moment, my wing commander walked in, a guy named Brigadier General Dave Worley, and I was able to say, "Hey, this phone call's for you, boss." And